Hello everyone, it's Elizabeth Husserl and welcome to another mini money moment. It's the end of the week. It was a hard week. So I'm going to use one of my life lessons to kind of share a little bit of an insight that I got that was actually gifted to me by a friend who helped me in a hard moment. So without going into too much details, it was actually one of the hardest weeks in my relationship with my husband, and hitting some core places, which is what relationships do. And in one of those moments of just like not really wanting to start my day, I called out to one of my best friends, and she graciously arrived at my office. I had a cancellation, so she came and sat with me and cried with me, and she kept muttering this word allowance. She kept saying, "Ellie, it's your opportunity to embrace allowance." And I couldn't help but think with my financial planner mind, allowance. Like, yeah, I love allowance. This is a great concept of allowance. And for the first time I heard it in the essence of what that word means. And it was the sense of allowing, like the allowance, the movement, the flow, the letting what needs to happen, and receiving it. And she was very gently pointing to this energy of, I know when I go into conflict, I go into lockdown, I go into rigidity. I shut doors internally for many reasons, right? We all have our survival mechanisms. But because of that, I wasn't letting what needed to happen. I wasn't letting movement. I was holding on. I was harboring resentment. It made me think of how we apply that to our relationship to money, and this idea of holding on too tight, right, to money, holding on too tight to a certain plan. I often laugh with clients and I say, we make a plan so that we can pivot when life challenges us, so we have something to come back to, but we can't hold on too tight. So much of what I do is help people manage expectations, and it was a week of being reminded that, and being given the gift of remembering that an allowance really means an allowing of, right? When we give an allowance to our children, we're allowing them to make decisions in the world, to make decisions on how they want to express themselves materially, but we're giving them a resource to then put into motion. And life was giving me lots of experiences to put into motion, and by shutting down, I wasn't giving myself the allowance, and I was kind of depriving myself from a richness of experience, even however painful it was. And so I offer you that reflection, right, as you navigate your week or the next couple of days. How is life delving out an allowance for you? And how are you receiving it? And where maybe can there be a little more fluidity inserted in your life? As you can tell, it's super cheesy, the whole rose in the background, but that was part of the making up process. And so I have this beautiful bouquet of roses right behind me that will accompany me this weekend, and remind me to also smile that when those hard moments come, both in our personal lives and our material lives. So may you bless yourself, may you gift yourself that gift of allowance, allowing. Ashe.